Futures trading is risky and can result in substantial financial loss.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, traders from across the globe. Welcome to Short Term Trading Live with Oscar. We're at Wednesday already, 7/11/07. Does that mean anything to you guys? Doesn't mean anything to me, but it's a great date, 7/11. Hey, you know, yesterday I was insane enough to stand in front of this camera and say the top is in for at least a few days. Expect this thing to turn red. My Omni turned red. I'm going with the Omni short. And boom, we talked about selling it around in the mid-1540s. The high was 1544. We're talking about buying it back at 1531 or 32. The low was 1526, somewhere around there. They pounded it. But the thing that catches me is that we were going up for 6 straight days. Omni says we're going down, and boom, the market turns on a dime. Go, Omni, go. The scope of Omni is good. Omni was looking at the mirror image in the gold, saying that the gold should go up higher for another day. I got a chart I'll throw up in a moment or two to show that to you. It worked. We talked about silver catching up to gold because gold had a pop on Monday and silver didn't catch up. On Tuesday, silver started to go. I think tomorrow silver goes even higher. I got a silver trade lined up. I even got a bond trade lined up for us. In fact, we got 2 green Omnis, 2 red. S&P, NASDAQ, red. Silver and bonds look like they want to go higher. They are green. There's also another interesting formation that very well may be taking shape and taking place here in the indice markets. Bit of a confluence going on between S&P and NASDAQ. I want to show that to you guys. Take a look at the charts and I'll come back and talk to you about some trades. This, ladies and gentlemen, is beginning to look like a rounded top. You got 3 consecutive highs here that are lower than, you have a high made. The next high is lower. The next high after that's even lower, and it's making a rounded top. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you've known me and you've been following my videos, you know I've been a bull for quite some time and mentioned 10 days ago that if the S&P did not bull up for new contract highs after the FOMC meeting and they did nothing to interest rates, that's feeding the bull, and that should make the S&P blow out. Well, right about here is where the Fed did nothing. The S&P did rally, but look at how it failed to get above the previous high. At this point, the tops are looking like this. They are rounded, as you've seen with that little illustration I had here. The tops are rounded. This is a 3-top rounded formation. Possibly I've coined that. It's something I've been using for a long time to let me know when a market is ready to turn. But there it is. In fact, I have another chart. Let me show you the other chart because I spread it out a little and make it a little larger for you. Here's the same chart in candlestick version, candlestick format. A good market will just continue to go higher without putting in this rounded 1, 2, 3 top like this is doing. But here we put in a high, came off, put in a lower high, came off, and put in a third lower high. And boom, we had a breakdown today on Tuesday. This is starting to look ugly up here, guys, I must say. You know me, again, I'm a bull, but I'm not going to stay that way forever. I'm not like an old dog that needs to be beaten to submission. If this thing turns bearish, I'm turning bearish with it. But there it is before our eyes, ladies and gentlemen. This chart used to look like this, and now it's looking like this. Let's see what that gives us. Very interesting here. You know, the difference between this and the NASDAQ is on this day, when the Fed decided to not touch rates, NASDAQ went up, up, and away and made all-time new highs for the year. The S&P has not done that again. We have this rounding top here, starting to make me think twice, ladies and gentlemen. Keep your eyes open. Am I saying the bear is in? Not a chance. What we likely will get, what I've shown you before, is after a new high gets set in NASDAQ, if you don't have follow through, what you do have instead is 1, 2, 3 days down and the hook back up. It's likely what's going to happen here, but I don't want to say that yet until I've done my analysis. So there it is. There's what the rounded top or possible rounded top in the S&P looks like. Let's see what this brings us. If we don't get 3 days down and right back up, ladies and gentlemen, we have some work to do on the downside here. Let's see what happens. The gold mirror image. Remember we spoke about the gold mirror image? one leg, two leg, the third leg was set. That gives us at least 2 straight days up after that. Leg 1, leg 2, leg 3, day up 1. We should get 1 more tomorrow minimum. On top of that, we settled above the 200-day moving average in the middle of the mirror image. You gotta love it. You gotta go long again. I think the silver is probably a better buy for tomorrow than the gold. We'll talk about that in a moment. But ladies and gentlemen, the mirror image worked once again before your eyes. I've shown this to you over and over. It is one of the most powerful indicators of our time. It is not passive. It tells you what is coming next. It is very powerful. Keep your eye on that indicator. And let me tell you, you'll only find that indicator here at Short Term Trading Live with Oscar because we've invented it. We've been using it as long as we've been using the Omni. Take advantage of it, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great indication of where markets should go next. Okay, so you guys seen the charts. You see the mirror image in gold. I'll show you the silver trade in just a moment. That should help us catch up to the gold. Some great indicators on top of some other reasons why the silver should pop a little higher. I'm hopeful. I have a green Omni here. In fact, let's just go right to the silver right off the bat. Tomorrow, Wednesday, 7/11/07, the silver, the ZIU7 electronic contract. Omni support in the low 1290s, trading 1301 at the moment currently. In the low 1290s, we find support. Omni's projection on the upside today is 1325 or be out MOC. Again, the low 1290s is a support area. Omni's projected objective on the upside is 1325. Don't forget, when you get in at 1290, you have to place a stop that's comfortable for your account. But let me tell you something about silver, ladies and gentlemen. If you're going to trade the silver, it is not for widows or orphans. It is not for people with pacemakers. You need a big stop in that silver. So watch where you put your stop. Place your stop first. Keep your stops rather large in the silver, and you might catch a nice trade on that one. Okay, we have the S&P, the E-mini, the ESU7 for the mini, the SPU7 for the large contract. Yesterday we mentioned my stops are suddenly getting tight. Tight stops generally give us directional change. Boom, it happened just as we thought. Now we're going to continue on that train of thought. We have our strategy in place for tomorrow. The Omni's resistance in the high 1520s. Currently trading around 1523 at the moment. Omni's profit objective for the day is 1502 or be out by the close. Some support is expected around the 1509 area. Again, your resistance is in the upper 1520s. Your profit objective is a nice paltry 1502 on the downside or MOC, market on close, get yourself out. Support is expected as you cross the 1509 level on the downside, so get your orders in to short the S&P. NASDAQ, the ENU7, the NQU7. Omni's resistance in the NASDAQ in the high 1990s, currently trading around 1993. For you Omniacs who stayed with me yesterday, we are short at 2007. In fact, we had a few sold out there. We got down to 2001. We covered half the position, left the other shorts out there, settled at around 1993. We're trading 1994 now. We will add to our short position in the high 1990s for tomorrow. Omni's profit objective is 1961. Wow, if we get that, it's going to be some drop, but that's what the NASDAQ's showing me. In fact, S&P dropped way more than NASDAQ yesterday, which is not a likely scenario. Generally, the NASDAQ pulls down quicker and harder than the S&P does. The Russell had one of the biggest days, and I don't know how long on the downside. The S&P had a nice crack. I don't think the NASDAQ broke hard enough. So I think that's the trade of trades tomorrow. Take the NASDAQ for the downside. Some support will be noticed on the downside as you approach the 1976 level. Again, in the high 1990s, we're selling. Profit objective around 1961. 1976, you'll find support. Again, place your stops where your account can handle it, where you feel comfortable. Once you get yourself into that trade, place your stops first. Think about where you want to get in. Place your stop order, then place your sell order. T-bonds, ladies and gentlemen, we actually had a go signal to buy T-bonds yesterday, but we didn't put it out because we already had 3 Omnis out, and it was sort of one of those trades. If the S&P didn't crack, the bonds wouldn't go up. So I didn't want to give you both trades because if we were wrong on one, we were going to be wrong on both. Turns out we were right on both, thank goodness, but I only did throw out the S&P trade. So today I'll give you the bond trade again for tomorrow. UST bonds, the 30-year, there are two symbols, the USU7 and the ZBU7, the electronics, which is what's open at night. OMNI support in the low 107.20s, currently trading about 107.27. The low 107.20s, we're going to find some support. OMNI's profit objective is 108.20 or MOC. We're looking for just about a full handle move on the upside. If you get long at the 107.20 area, make sure you place your sell stops. If you do get long the bonds, and place your sell stops first. Okay, so you see what we're looking at? Up silver, up bonds, down S&P, down NASDAQ. OMNI's been really focused since we started trading this week. It's called every market right so far that it's attempted to call. Let's stay with the OMNI. Go OMNI, go OMNI, baby. Speaking of the OMNI in its entirety, the way we used to put them out since December 15th of last year, you guys will have access to that. In order to get that, we're starting a VIP customer list. I'm accepting customers. I am a broker. I know I never say this in my videos. Last night's the first time I ever broke that news to you guys. But I'm actually a broker. I've been a broker as long as I've been a floor broker. I've been a broker most of my life, helping customers, assisting customers trade. Our crowd has gotten really large, and it's taken away a bit of my time to speak to everybody. So I've decided to let people know I'm a broker and have them open up accounts with me. Now, what I plan on doing is, and there's a couple of services that we have to offer, but if you open your account with me, I am only going to allow a certain amount of accounts to open with me, and then I will shut that off. I will shut off the spigot, and the only way you will get into our VIP club is if someone steps out. I need to do that in order to stay effective and be able to help my paying clients learn how to trade these markets. So if you would like to be one of my customers, I will be your personal broker. I don't know how many brokers you've used, but how many will get in front of a video and tell you that the S&P is going to crack after it's been going up 6 days and stand by his work. It's what I do. It's how I'll treat you. So come on down to my site. The easiest way to open up an account with me is just go to www.futurestraders.com. At my home page, right at the top right, just click on Open an Account with Oscar, and you can fill out account forms right there online. Now, with that, we'll give you access to me on the telephone 24/7, and you know I'm here 24/7. There's always somebody here. It will also give you access to my webinar rooms that we're starting very, very shortly, and that is literally me with a camera, you having access to see my computer desktop, and a microphone, and when I'm about to trade or do a flash update or get out of one of these trades, before I even have a chance to type it and send it out to my OMNI, I'm going to hit the microphone button and say, come on guys, let's get out right here. I'm about to type. So you'll have access to what I'm looking at, how I view markets during the day, other trades I look at that I don't post here at the site, and you have access to me as your personal broker. So there's a lot of exciting things that we're going to add to this, but you opening an account with me will give you that right off the bat. So again, sign up for my VIP customer list. When it gets too large, guys, I have to cut it out. So we're going to keep that crowd small. Keep that in mind. And in fact, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. I mentioned this in my video last night. I can't tell you how many guys jumped in to open up an account with me. Guys, thank you so much. You will not regret it. I am a decent broker. I will really help you guys out. It's what I do. So come on down and open up those accounts with me before it gets too late. Next thing, we're going to have a premium room on top of doing webinars. We're going to have webinars that have structure. We've had in our forum rooms for months now. We've left open a forum where people can give suggestions on what they'd like to see on my webinars. Well, guys, because you're my Omniacs, I've read every single one of them, and I'm going to build webinars based on your suggestions. So we'll have certain webinars that are pre-taped and other webinars that will happen live for you. So, make sure you stick around. Make sure that you sign up for the flash updates. There will also be access to the crowd that would like my Omnis in their entirety. And, we're trying to figure out exactly what to do. I guess we have to charge a fee or something in order to keep, the larger crowd at bay. And, I've been in this industry a long time. Let me tell you something. If I ask people for $1, half of you guys will run away. So that's probably what I'll do. I'll ask for some kind of fee. You guys will run that aren't serious, and the serious crowd will stay here. And for a nominal fee, you'll get my Omnis in the way that we originally started the format. That's with the buy area, with the stop area, with the profit objective, and with the flash updates on time. Now, for you traders who just don't want to spend money, who don't like me, who would like to see an arrow through my head, I'm still going to help you guys because I'm going to leave Omnis out there, but they will be delayed. So in other words, I'll put out my original Omni at night, and then as I'm getting in and out of these markets or changing stops, that's going to go out as a delay for the people who don't want to be part of the VIP club or won't pay a nominal fee. I actually chop the crowd down a little bit. I really dig all you guys, and the last thing I want to do is push anyone away, so that's not the point here. But I don't have enough time for everybody. So if we start a little club, a little clique, the guys will open up accounts with me, the other guys will pay a little bit of money for the Omni, and everybody else can kind of follow along with us in delayed fashion. So let's see how that goes. I am doing this really based on your suggestions, guys. I've been asking you guys for months how I should handle this. And this is what you guys have told me you'd like to see. And I think it'll work out really well, especially with you guys having access to me on the microphone, on the camera. I'm really going to have a blast. I have a good time during the day when I trade. I really do, guys. I think you'll have fun with me in my office. So it's a great service for you guys to jump on and do it while the slots are still open. Okay? So there's no need really to mention the format change. You've seen it for the last few days. Some guys have told me it's really helping them. Other people are crying for the Omnis. So join one of those services. The new site will be released in just a couple of more days. There'll be buttons for you to click on where you can sign up for everything. Now, if you'd like to grab my videos the moment they come out, kindly go to my YouTube spot, www.youtube.com/Futures Analysts. Hit the subscribe button. That will enable you to get my videos the moment they come out each evening. If you'd like to send me an email, please do. I answer all my emails, and you can email me at oscar@futuresanalysts.com. You can always call me at 718-351-2266 24/7. We were always manning those phones. If those markets are going tick, 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 Oscar's going, hello, who's there? So you can expect me to be there when you'd like to speak. All right, I think I pretty much said everything I'd like to get out of the way here. Do your homework, ladies and gentlemen. If your trades do not jibe with my trades, don't take them. If I'm a green Omni instead of a red, and you're a red thinking down, don't take the trade. I'm a red Omni in the S&P tomorrow. If you're thinking higher, don't take the trade. If my red Omni jibes with your homework, take the trade. That is the best advice I could give you on how to use my Omnis. And again, do your homework, do your homework, do your homework. I can't express that enough. Use your discipline. Always place your stops first. You'll hear me say that a million times. I can't say it enough. I've had guys write me the biggest letters, the greatest letters, telling me about how placing their stops first have saved them from disastrous trades. It is a truth, guys. It is not a myth. I've lived through this business for a long time, and I'm telling you, get the stops in first, and one day you're going to call Oscar and go, hey, Oscar, that was good advice. Thank you. It can't possibly hurt you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, say this to yourself every day. Say it at night, say it in the morning, say it when you're brushing your teeth, say it every chance you get. Mental conditioning is the best way to get yourself towards being a good trader and keeping your emotions out. One of the easiest things to say every day to help you with that is, stops are in, emotions are out.
Futures trading is risky and can cause substantial financial loss. We do not claim or guarantee that you will profit from the information provided. That being said, I am a 24-year seasoned trader on and off the floors. This is how I've made my living for many, many years. Good luck trading.